fight. Trying to see where this life take me, so I roll the dice. Look up to no one else, but yeah, I was shy. I got real power, Hebrew Israelite.
So what we doing, we trying to, hey, we not guaranteed salvation, but we best believe we fighting for it every single day. So we giving diligence to make our calling and election sure, because nobody is promised. I don't care how holy you think you are, how many commandments you have kept, how on fire you've been. Nobody is guaranteed a spot into the kingdom of the Most High God, or from not dying. But we doing our best to try, and we want you to do the same thing. Yes, to make your calling and election sure. To get into the kingdom of heaven. Right, because it's gonna be a time.
Your life to get to the kingdom of heaven.
Absolutely.
Have you found the kingdom of heaven?
No.
You believe in the kingdom of heaven wholeheartedly.
Absolutely. That's the whole.
You have faith.
Absolutely. You can't have faith in something that you see.
Yes, you do.
Give me Hebrews 11:1. You
Nah,
sure?
I gotta go.
Well, hold on. Go back. Come back. Hold on. Come back.
Come back, brother, come back.
Come back.
I gotta go.
Hold on, brother. Where you going? You said you can have faith. So hold on.
I appreciate
You got faith in your future, right? You got faith in your future, right? Read this.
Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for,
Right?
the evidence of things not seen.
The what?
The evidence of things not seen.
What is faith?
The evidence of things not seen.
So faith is the evidence. Well, you got to start getting faith. What do you mean, no?
Here, bro. Here, bro.
Why you good, brother?
Give me your flight, dude. I want you to
So you don't want to be reserved from death? You don't want to save yourself from death? Right? So faith is you believing in something you can't see. That's the whole thing of faith and hope. Yeah, he off some type of drugs. Nevertheless, he's out here lost.
Right.
Literally. He's lost. He talking about, well, I don't want to have faith. And we all gonna die anyway. Hey, you gotta watch brothers like that, man. They have that depression spirit on them. Right? They probably pop pills, do all type of drugs, right? Listen to God knows what type of music, and they just out here lost with no purpose, without hope, right? He said, well, do you believe in this thing wholeheartedly? Well, absolutely we do, man.
Right.
Right? Are you gonna follow this thing your whole life? Absolutely. Right? What type of question is that, man? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 2:9. Right? Have you seen this kingdom? No, we haven't seen the kingdom. Do you believe in the kingdom that you haven't seen? Well, yeah, that's what faith is. It's you believing in something that you haven't seen. Bring this up.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
But as it is written, I have not seen.
It says what?
I have not seen.
Read that again.
I have not seen.
So it's just not my eyes that haven't seen the kingdom. No man's eyes have seen the kingdom. Literally. If you on this earth, you haven't seen the kingdom of heaven. No eye have seen, read on.
Nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man.
So the thought process of the kingdom haven't even entered into the mind of a man. So you might think, well, the kingdom gonna be like this. You don't even know what the kingdom really is gonna be like. That might be the totally opposite. Right, read on.
The things which God hath prepared for them that love him.
It says what?
The things which God hath prepared for them that love him.
See that? So if you love the Most High, the Lord has something prepared for you that you have not seen. And that's why we out here right now, man.
Right.
That's why we out here in the rain. That's why we out here in the cold. It's because we believe. Right?
Right.
We haven't seen Yahushua. I haven't seen Yahushua. But best believe, I believe that he's real.
Right.
Right? We haven't seen the kingdom. We haven't seen the angels of the angelical beings. Right? We haven't seen King David before. We haven't seen Adam, right? King Solomon. But we believe that these men existed through the Spirit. A lot of the things we preach, we haven't seen. But guess what? We believe. And that's what faith is. Let's go to Romans chapter 8:24. And we're going to say it, if you don't have faith, you're going to die in your unfaithfulness.
All right.
Let's go to 2nd Ezra. Before we go to that, let's go to 2nd Ezra 15:4. Right? And that's what we out here telling you. You're a Black, Hispanic, and Native American. You have your God, man. You have something to hope in. Stop trying to put your hope in vanity. Stop putting your hope in this world. It's gonna fail you every single time. Your hope is found of in the Bible, right? Bring this out, 2nd Ezra 15:4.
What's the 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 4?
Bring it out.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
It says what?
For all the unfaithful shall die in their
What
unfaithfulness.
the Lord say?
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
So if you want faith, if you don't have faith, the Lord said you're gonna die without faith, right? The Lord don't. If you don't, let's go to Romans chapter 3 and verse 3. You think the Most High cares if some people believe or not? You think the Most High cares if you have faith or not? The Lord don't care. That's not gonna stop the prophecies from coming to pass. So if it's just you're an unfaithful man. If you don't have any faith, the Lord said you're gonna die in your unfaithfulness. Right, bring this up.
Book of Romans chapter 3 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Verse
For-
3.
Verse 3. For what if some did not believe?
It says what?
For what if some did not believe?
Because you're gonna have people that's not gonna believe, man. You're gonna have people say, hold on, that Hebrew Israelite stuff, I don't believe in that no more. Those guys, they sound crazy out there. You're gonna have people believe. You ultimately stop believing when you go back into the world. That's the first step of you showing that you don't believe no more. You don't have people not believing the second coming anymore. But they've been saying that for years now. They've been saying we in the last days for years.
Right.
Right? I can't see no God. Where is he? Read that again.
For what if some did not believe?
Read that again.
For what if some did not believe?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, you believe in the word? Read that again.
For what if some did not believe?
Right? What if some didn't believe in this truth? What if some don't believe in the Most High? Come on.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
So just because that person doesn't believe, is that gonna make this truth non void? Is that gonna make us what we preach and not be true? Is that gonna stop the just because this one man, this one brother who's on drugs, eating Dunkin' Donuts, right, with his shoes untied, just because he don't believe, is that what we preaching is now it's false now. We all in vain. That's gonna stop America from being destroyed. All because this one person don't believe. Read on.
God forbid.
It says what?
God forbid.
Read that again.
God forbid.
What the Lord say?
God forbid.
Hey, Paul said, God forbid. He said H-E-L-L no. Right? God forbid. Read.
Yeah. Let God be true, but every man a liar.
Let what?
Let God be true, but every man a liar.
So we gotta let the Most High be true, and we have to let every man be a liar, man. Right? Because the Lord, he's not a man that he should lie.
Right.
Right. Let's go to Numbers chapter 23 and 19. Right? If the Most High said something is gonna happen, hey, we firmly believe it's gonna happen, man.
Right.
Right? Now you can say, well, hold on, I gotta wait to see it. But that's up to you, man. But we up here, hey, we believe whatever the Lord say, that's what's gonna happen.
Right. Numbers chapter 23 and verse 19.
Get out.
Hey, what's your nationality? What's your nationality?
Number 23 and verse 19.
Get out.
God is not a man that he should lie.
Read that again.
God is not a man that he should lie.
No, he can make up stories.
God is not a man that he should lie.
Read on.
neither the Son of Man, that he should repent.
So the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. Not one time has the God of the Bible, the God of Israel, have told a lie. Now you can say, well, hold on, there's some things that we still waiting on. Well, we waiting on these prophecies to happen. That don't mean it's a lie just because it hasn't happened when you want it to happen.
Right.
That's what a lot of men think. They want everything, they want the prophecies to roll on their own time.
Right.
The Lord is not working on man's time. He's working on his own time. He's the Most High God. Read on.
Have he said and shall not do it?
It says what?
Have he said and shall not do it?
Because Drake, he'll say one thing and not do it, man. Right? Your parents might say, you know what? When I get home, I'm finna get my belt and you know what time it is. But then they go home and go straight to sleep. Man say, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna pick you up from the airport at 5:30. Next thing you know, man don't show up to 7:30.
Right.
So whatever the Most High say he's gonna do, pinpoint to the T, he's gonna do it.
Right.
Or else show me one time where the Most High said something and he didn't do it. We'll wait up here. Right? Show me the one time in the Bible where the Lord said such and such is gonna happen and it didn't come to pass. Guess what? It's not in the Bible. Right? So read that part again.
Have he said and shall not? Have he said and shall he not do it?
Right, because everything that he says, he's gonna do it, man. If the Lord said if you don't keep the commandments, you're gonna die, guess what? You're going to die. We've seen certain people die before for just not keeping the commandments. If the Lord said you don't read, you're not gonna be in the spirit. If the Lord said if you don't pray, you're not gonna be in the spirit.
Right.
If the Lord is saying these different things, guess what? It's gonna come to pass. And you're gonna be found a liar, not the Most High.
Right.
Right, read on.
Or hath he spoken and shall not make it good?
Right.
Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it.
See that? That's it on that. So the Most High is not gonna go back on his word that he has spoken out of his mouth. When those words proceed out of his mouth, all of those things is gonna get done. Let's go to Isaiah 46:10. Right? Isaiah chapter 46:10.
Look at Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 10.
You know.
Declaring the end from the beginning,
Right?
and from ancient times the things that are not yet done.
So you gotta think about this. The Most High, the master plan he is, everything is already created to play out all the way from the beginning.
Right.
So he already knows the end and how it's gonna play out. There's certain things, right? The things that's gonna come to pass. Right? Y'all believe in the Bible? Anybody believe in the scriptures? Right? Anybody believe in the scriptures? Bible? I'll read that again.
Declaring the end from the beginning.
So the end of the world was already declared from the beginning of time. Right? Certain prophecies, certain end time prophecies was declared before Genesis 1 and 1. Read on.
And from ancient times the things that are not yet done.
Right? It's
Say-
because there's certain things that's not done yet. All of that was declared from ancient times. Read on.
Saying, my counsel shall stand.
My what?
My counsel shall stand.
Read that again.
My counsel shall stand.
Read on.
And I will do all my pleasures.
See that? The Lord's counsel is going to stand, man. The Most High, he's still going to punish the wicked. He's
Right.
still going to reward the righteous. He's still going to have judgments play on the earth. He's still going to save people. He's still going to kill people. He's still going to create darkness. He's still going to create life. And the Most High, he's going to keep doing these same things on the earth.
Right.
Why? Because his counsel is going to stand. Now, if you don't believe that, hey, guess what? Only thing we can tell you is we'll see in the end. That's the only thing. Only time will tell. If you don't believe, you say, you know what? I'm still not believing that right now. Hey, we're going to tell you this. Only time will tell.
Right.
You're going to be in for a rude awakening. Right? Read on.
calling ravenous birds from the east, the man that executed my counsel from a far country. Yeah, I have spoken it. I will also bring it to pass. I have purposed it. I will also do it. Hearken unto me, ye stout-hearted, yet, Salakia, that are far from righteousness.
Right?
I bring near my righteousness. It shall not be far off.
That's it on that. The point is, and the Lord said, whatever he's going to do, he's going to do it, man.
Right.
It is what it is. You can't, I mean, unless you're trying to fight against the Most High God, right? And that's what Jake do, man. Right? Jake could do 10 push-ups. Now you want to fight against the Most High God.
Right.
Right? He lifted 225 dumbbells. Now he want to see. Now he believe that he can take down the Most High God, and he could overthrow his counsel. Hey, whatever the Lord say he's gonna do, that's what he's gonna do it, man. Didn't the Most High said he's gonna have great people die in number? Is that not come to pass? Let's go to 2nd Ezra 6:22. Did not the Lord say he's gonna make the shelves on the storehouses empty? Don't you see that right now?
Right.
Did not the Most High say he's gonna speed up, he's gonna shorten the days for the elect's sake? Don't you feel the days being shortened now? So whatever the Lord is saying, he's doing it.
Right.
But if you in this world, you're not gonna be able to perceive that. But if you spiritual minded, you see everything that's going on. Let's bring this up.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 22.
No.
And suddenly shall the soul's place appear unsown.
Right?
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
The what?
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Because at one point in time in America, you had the storehouses, they was full. Right? You could go in any time of the day, get something off the shelves, right? Get your meat out, go to the meat aisle, get your produce in, right? Get your little bagels that you always like, your English muffins. But guess what? You go to these stores now, guess what? It say sold out, right? I was at the store last week, and you can only grab a certain carton of eggs. You can't get more than 6 cartons of eggs, right? And if you try to get a 7th one, they're gonna say something to you, man.
Right.
Because it's not enough eggs for everybody. It's not enough eggs for the whole world to go around anymore, right? So we seeing this. This is a part of prophecy right now. Right. Let's go to Matthew 24 and 22. Right. Matthew chapter 24 and 22.
Book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse number 22.
Bring it out.
And except those days should be shortened.
It says what?
And except those days should be shortened.
Read on.
There should no flesh be saved.
Right.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Read that again.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
So the Most High said he's gonna, in the last days, he's going to shorten the days. Has that not came to pass? Right? And we talk about it all the time, man. The days are going by faster.
Right?
Literally. Well, we got out here at what, 6? Now it's almost 9 o'clock. And it feels like it's really, we've been out here for only an hour. Next week is gonna fly by like this. Then tomorrow. So the Most High, he's shortening the days. Now a man that has no understanding, he's gonna say, well, the reason why that you feel like time is going faster because when you were younger, you couldn't understand the concept of time. Right? That's what Jake said. You couldn't understand the concept of time. Now that you're older, you understand the concept of time, and now it's gonna speed up. Well, hold on, is that in the Bible? You have kids even coming out, 7-year-olds, saying, hey, it feel like the days are going by fast.
Right.
So is it Jake try to do everything with his own understanding and his science? No, the Lord is cutting down the days, man.
Right.
It used to be times back in the day, we used to go outside for a whole day, man. It might feel like a whole 2 days.
Right.
Right? 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. felt like damn 10 hours. And you know you had to be in before the street lights came on.
Right.
Nevertheless, those days used to be stretched out. But guess what? Now the Most High, he's cutting down the days so the elect to be saved.
Right.
Right? Because if the Most High don't shorten up the days, guess what? Nobody's gonna make it, man. Eventually, sin is gonna creep in, and it's gonna. You can only be in America for so long. You can't be in a lot of brothers think they could be here for another 100 years. Brother, you're gonna be 100 years old. You're gonna get tempted that one time. You're not gonna be as strong as you used to.
Right.
A lot of brothers think they're gonna be sharp with the precepts even at 100 years old. No, you're gonna be old. You probably can't get out the bed no more. You're gonna get tempted. You're gonna either you're gonna end up going off, then you're gonna get off the ghost. So you can only be in America so long, man.
Right.
Before you fall out.
Right.
Before demons start to overcome you. Why? Because every day wickedness is increasing. So the Most High, he's chopping down these days so the elect, they could be saved.
Right.
Now let's go to 2 Peter 3:1. I mean 2 Timothy 3:1.
Timothy 3:1.
Get out.
And it reads, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come."
Right? So in the last days, what you living in the last days, man. If you think we living in the time of King Solomon, brother, your mind is not right. Right? If you think we living during the time of Esther and the Medo-Persian Empire, your mind is not right. You got certain brothers, they think we still living during the time of Adam and Eve. Right? That's madness. You got certain brothers, they think America is really Egypt. We living in Egypt right now. Brother, we not living during the time of Egypt right now.
Right.
You living in the last days. Read that again.
2 Timothy 3:1.
Get out.
"This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come."
Perilous meaning dangerous times. Right? Evil times. Harsh times. Read on.
"For men shall be lovers of their own selves."
So in the last days, it's going to show you that men is going to be lovers of themselves. Are we not seeing that right now? You have people, they put themselves on a pedestal. People celebrating their birthdays. And in Satanism, they say the birthday is the most wickedest day. People idolize themselves. Eve, she go get her body done for $20,000. Go get butt injections and lip injections. They love, you got certain men, they pretty boys, man. They can't stay out the mirror.
Right.
They getting their teeth all done. Right? All type of, you got men, they lovers of themselves over the love of God. Read on. All they care about is themselves. Read on.
"Men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters."
So you have covetous men out here. Men, they just want what another man has. This man has this. Oh yeah, I want to be like him. I want the things that he has. Man, this man, his wife, I want a wife like that. Next thing you know, now another man, he's covetous of your wife. Then you have boasters out here. Men that's boastful. Men that's prideful. Right? They just boast with their mouth all day. Right? Like they big and they all of that. They the top thing on the earth. You have certain men saying, hey, I'm third under command underneath Yahushua. Right? I'm King David back on earth. Hey, that's boastful. Read on.
"Proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents."
It says what?
Disobedience to parents.
We was just going over this 2 weeks ago. You got kids back in the day. Kids didn't used to act like they did now. Back in the day. Right? Hey, back in those times, you know what I'm saying, around the, I'm assuming around the 80s, 70s, 50s, those kids, they had respect.
Right.
They had manners. Guess what? Kids don't have that now. Right? Kids, they're disobedient. You had this one kid, he told his mom to shut up, man, because he was on a game. Right? And guess what? His mom said, "Who you talking to?" And he was cursing his mom out. Right? Then she kind of messed up. She kind of destroyed his game system. And he started talking to her crazy. Alright? So you have children. The disobedience of a kid is at an all-time high. And in the ancient world, if you was disobedient to your parents, you would be stoned, man.
Right.
Right? You would literally be stoned. They would take you out of the city. Right? The elders, they might chastise you. And you would be stoned, man. So read on to that.
Boastful, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents,
Right.
unthankful, unholy.
See that? You have unthankful men out here. We had it was a brother in a wheelchair. And the brother knew he was an Israelite too. He said, "I don't believe in that no more." We said, "Well, brother, the Most High has caused you to stay in that wheelchair. What's going on, brother?"
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey, Migo.
Hey, brother.
Migo.
Here you go.
It was his brother in the wheelchair, and he knew he was an Israelite. And he said, I don't believe in Deuteronomy 28 no more." Then we said, "Well, hold on, brother. The Most High, He's causing you to live right now. He the one that put you in the wheelchair." And he said, "Well, hey, I know, but it is what it is." Hey, that's unthankful, bro.
Right.
The Most High, and then come to find out, I damn seen the same brother. He was on a corporate video, right? In a damn corporate video doing wickedness. So you have men, they unthankful. Certain men, they don't care that the Most High woke them up this morning. They gonna continue to do what they want to do. Right? Read on. Right? 2 Timothy chapter 3. How y'all doing, family? Alright. Y'all got 1 minute for the word? Y'all receive it? Alright, y'all are Israelites. You gotta repent and keep the commandments.
Right? Blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Right?
Without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers.
So look, it's giving a list of all the things that's gonna be happening at an all-time high in the last days. You got false accusers at an all-time high. You know how many people get killed off things that people said they did something when they really didn't? You know how many people get thrown in jail off of people saying they did things and they really didn't do it?
Right.
Hey, Emmett Till, for example, the woman just died. She came out and said, you know what, he didn't really do that. Right? And guess what? Hey, what's your nationality? What's your nationality? I said, what's your nationality?
No, just people. Fuck yeah. High five.
Well, I'm saying, what's your nationality?
Black.
What's your father? You black?
Yeah, my mom is.
Your dad is Irish. He's the Caucasian.
He's Caucasian. My mom is black.
What about your grandfather? You don't know? Alright, bro.
Good topic.
We thought you was an Israelite.
You thought I was an Israelite?
Yeah, we thought. That's why we asked, because we didn't know.
Gotcha. What does that qualify?
Said what?
What does it take to qualify as an Israelite?
Well, let's go to Numbers 1 and 18. You believe in the Bible?
Haven't read much of it, no.
No, you don't really read it.
What do you?
Yeah, I read the Bible. I'm saying, do you believe in it? Feel like it's a book?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, for you to qualify to be an Israelite,
No, I'm just,
for you to qualify to be an Israelite is determined by the seed of your father, because your father carries the sperm, also known as the seed in the Bible.
right, okay.
So whatever your father is, that's what you would be.
Right.
It's not by your mom.
So my dad's white, and that means I'm white.
Well,
Very strange.
according to
Strange ideology.
according to the Bible and science itself, it shows you that you're a product. Like, you're gonna obviously have chromosomes of your mother, but your lineage, your stock is determined off of your father, because again, he carries the seed.
Right.
So
Right.
if I plant an apple seed in the soil right here, what am I gonna get? An apple tree. What if I plant the apple seed all the way in soil in Asia? Am I gonna get something different?
Very, very interesting. I mean, like logic there, but
I'm gonna get an apple tree.
Right.
So it's according
so
to the
because
Bible.
I'm mixed, I'm white. Is that
Well,
what you're getting at?
No, it's no such thing. Nobody's mixed. It's no such thing as mixed. Let's read this.
Numbers 1 and 18.
No, I'm curious. I'm
And they
only in town for a night.
assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees.
And they what?
And they declared their pedigree.
Right, your pedigree is your genealogy, your lineage. So if you was to have a family all the way on down, and kids and kids and kids, that genealogy is not determined by you. It's gonna tell you who it's determined by. Read on.
And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
By the what?
By
So
the
it's-
house of their fathers.
So your
So it's just
genealogy-
patriarchy, basically. Like it has to be on the house of the
It's
father.
on your paternal
House of
side.
the father, every single step throughout the generations.
Absolutely. Because again,
Interesting.
he carries the seed.
Right.
And what does the woman carry?
She carries the eggs.
And what do the eggs do?
They help reprocreate life.
They fertilize the sperm,
Absolutely.
and then the woman produces it, right?
Absolutely.
So what's your argument here? I'm sorry, guys.
No, there's no argument. We
Oh,
thought
no.
we-
What's
you had-
your logic? I'm just
the
wondering.
logic is that even you, everybody has a nationality. We thought you was an Israelite, but we asked you
Yeah.
and you wasn't. But you wouldn't be white. You would, according to the Bible, you would be an Edomite.
Right.
I would be a what?
An Edomite.
What does that mean?
Let's turn this sign around. So in the Bible, you have 18 nations of people.
Right.
All right.
You have the Africans,
Uh-huh.
you have the Asians, you have Japanese people, you have
Uh-huh.
the Arabs. All of these nations go back to ancient nations found
so
up
where
in
do
the Bible.
where do I
You fall underneath number 2,
Right.
the so-called white man, also known as the nation of Edom.
Right.
So you wouldn't be
I
white.
guess my mom had sex with a white man.
Well, yes, that's how it goes. I mean, it's gonna sound.
I don't know.
It's gonna
man.
sound weird to you because you're underneath this westernized American mindset.
Right.
But 2,000 years, 4,000 years ago, you wouldn't be thinking like this. But due to America indoctrinating your mind, you believe that, guess what? My mom, she had sexual intercourse with a white man.
So
Now
out of
I'm white. Now I'm mixed.
curiosity, Or like, so are you not down with mixed race relationships?
You said what?
Are you not down with mixed race relationships?
Well, I'm down whatever the Bible is. I'm down whatever God is down.
Right.
But you're gonna come to find out, God, He's against all interracial marriages.
Right.
Right.
So what your mom did was actually
It's sin.
a sin. Well,
Oh, shit.
it was actually
She sinned
against
way
the
before
Bible.
that.
Well, I mean, she caused.
I'm
She,
sure all of us have.
well, she caused you to not receive salvation off of that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7:3. So one sin like that could cause somebody to not receive salvation.
Right.
Now she would have got.
So I'm a sin.
No, I'm not saying you're a sin.
I'm a.
Hold on, we gonna explain.
I'm curious. I'm just wondering.
We gonna answer
I'm
it.
not trying to.
No. We gonna
I'm
answer.
just wondering
We got you.
what your thoughts are. Is a child of biracial procreation a
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse number 3.
You know?
Yeah. Speak.
Neither
Preach.
shall thou make marriages with them.
Right, so we can't make marriages with the other nations. Us as men, we can't make marriages chiefly with the 7 Canaanite nations, which were forbidden, which will be
Is this-
African nations.
Is this King James? What
Yes,
what are you
it's
reading?
King James.
Okay, alright.
Not only that, but you have the other nations as well.
Okay.
You know what?
You're educating me. Keep going.
Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son.
So our women, the women on this sign, if, for example, if your mom is a black, Hispanic, Native American, in the ancient world,
Yeah, Hispanic. But I love it. I
in
love where you're
in
going
the
with
ancient world, she can't marry an Irish man. That wouldn't be going down.
Right.
And even when,
No, sure, shit.
when
what-
she did that,
Yeah.
she wasn't supposed to.
No.
Because read that again,
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
right?
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
It says what?
Thou daughter thou shalt not give unto his son,
Read on,
nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
right?
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Because the other nations is going to turn the Israelites away from following their God. Everybody has their different gods.
Right. Yeah.
We have our God, which is the God of the Israel, the God of the Bible.
Right.
So when your mom, when she slept with that man and reprocreated, little did she know she discontinued that lineage.
Right.
Because whatever your father now, you're a part of his lineage now.
Right.
Your mom, let's say if she got with an Israelite man and she had a son, she's continuing that man's lineage.
What if she had a daughter with okay, so if she hadn't procreated with a white man, if she had procreated with a Mexican man,
Right.
and she still had a daughter, would that be sacrilegious?
No, she would just have to, in the ancient world, she would just have to keep reprocreating until she has a son. So she could have a daughter,
Hot diggity.
but she would have to keep trying to,
Okay.
because if she doesn't have if you have nothing but daughters on the earth, you're gonna run out of men. You need a man to help carry that lineage. So what your mom did,
Do we have a shortage of men?
well, hold on, it is a shortage of men.
Because I'm looking around right here and there's only one lady right here.
Well, hold on. In the world,
Is there a shortage of men that
Hold
to
on.
procreate?
Hold on, it is a shortage of men in the world. They say to every man it's about 2 women, 3 women. Nevertheless, the point is, you will be an Edomite. So the decision that your mom made, now we can't change it, but
So I'll never go to heaven then, because I'm not an Israelite.
you have a
I'm
picture of-
I'm not a child of God.
you have a picture of your dad.
I'm not gonna show you a picture of my dad.
No, I want to see.
But he's white as fuck.
He
He's
is?
as white as it gets. Yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah,
give me
I'm sorry.
Romans 9 and 7.
However, I do want to give you a little bit of backstory on my situation. My dad is from Northern Ireland, so he was also like persecuted against. So
Yeah.
whole different fucking
But-
history there.
But hold on, we can't compare that to the
No,
we can't
I
compare.
mean,
We can't
dude.
compare that to this.
Right.
Right.
we can't compare that to this.
Not the same thing.
It's not about skin color. It's not
Yeah.
about skin color.
I know, but
Because
like
because you could look like me. You could be.
So-
Hold on. You can have
so
darker.
how-
You can have darker skin than me,
right, yeah.
and your father could still be an Irish man.
Right.
You would still be considered an Edomite.
Edomite?
Edomite.
How can you spell that? What is that?
E-D-O-M. Right here. So say Edom. Say Edom, and then put the "ite" at the end.
Edom.
Yeah,
Edomite.
Edom. Edomite.
Oh, okay.
That's your true nationality.
Gotcha.
Your ancestors go back to the ancient biblical nation called the Edomites, right? So you wouldn't be white, because white is the color of this board. Nobody's this color.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be Caucasian. You wouldn't be Irish. All of those terms just came about. You would be an Edomite.
Right.
So I'm destined for hell for all eternity.
let's clarify. That's not what we saying.
Can somebody
Let's go to Revelation 13 and 9. So, because the decision that your mom made with that man, which for one,
oh, first of all, it wasn't just sexual relations, it was a marriage.
I mean, okay, a marriage. The Lord said, neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Right.
So the decision that your mom made, she has now cost you to miss out on salvation.
Right.
And not only that, the decision she made is destroying her community. Because instead of going and getting with another Israelite strong man and building a family, she decided to sell out, just saying no disrespect, to sell out and get the oppressor that was oppressing her and her people and her ancestors.
I mean, you guys have like a really fascinating take, and I'm not trying to fight you. I'm just trying to understand a new perspective.
We got you.
This is a new perspective.
You had the firefighters. Maybe it was getting too hot.
Right, okay. Israelites, yeah.
But look, listen. So the decision that she decided to make, which was, again, she cost you to miss out on salvation, but the decision itself to go get with the oppressor that has been oppressing your people for hundreds of years versus building a strong so-called black family.
Different kind of white man, though.
I mean, they're all the same.
Not all the time.
You have snakes, right? One is poisonous, one is a constrictor. Is that disanother from being a snake?
Don't you get kind of worried sometimes that like...
Hold on, you gotta answer the question.
Hmm?
Just because a snake is poisonous and one is not, does that disannul it from being a snake?
Well, I mean, no. One you don't fuck with, and the other one you're like, okay, you're okay, you can be there. That's
But
fine.
it's still a snake though.
Right.
So
Well, what's wrong with snakes? If it's not poisonous, what's the matter?
because although that snake is not poisonous,
Snakes are actually kind of cool.
well, hold on. I got
Every
you.
once in a while.
Not although that snake is not poisonous, it still can wrap itself around you and choke you to death.
Right.
On another fold, it's like if you had 100 snakes in a room and you don't know which one is poisonous, would you go into that room?
Oh shit! If you put me in a room with 100 like white men, I would freak the fuck out.
Even 10
No.
snakes. Even 10 snakes.
If that's what your analogy is, like
if
I
you
would
get-
freak the fuck out. I hear where it's coming from, but it's
That's
like,
all
no.
Yeah, you wouldn't go in that room.
Yeah. but-
Right. So the decision that your mom made, I mean, again, it happened, but again, you don't never forget this. You are an Edomite. It's who you are.
Okay.
It's your that's
I'm an Edomite.
your Edomite. That like going to the
Do
history.
you mind if I like take
Yeah,
a
go
picture
ahead.
of this real quick?
Go ahead.
Cool.
Take a picture of that
No,
Edomite.
thanks for talking to me, guys. I'm like, I'm just,
Well, hey,
I'm curious.
when you go into the history, the ancient Romans, they also called themselves Edomites, right? Going to the Roman, let's look up Roman Edomites, right? Now read that. Genesis 36:1.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 36 and verse 1.
No.
Now these are the generations of Esau.
It says what?
These are the generations of Esau.
So the where you get the word Edomite from, or Edom, it comes from the man by the name of Esau, which was your great grandfather. Now it's a lot of history. Not gonna go into it all today, for the sake of time. But you had two brothers. It was Esau and Jacob. Jacob, he's the progenitor of the Israelites, the people on his side, and Esau, he's the progenitor of the so-called white race.
Right.
So you said, well, just because I'm an Edomite, am I doomed to hell? Do I have no purpose? Well, let's get your purpose in the Bible.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 13 and verse number 9.
I'm an Edomite.
Yeah.
So this is my purpose.
Yeah.
All right, speak it.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 13 and verse number 9.
Bring it out.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Right, you got ears. We can hear this. Come on.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Read that again.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into
captivity.
Right? So, again, who would you say that did this to us? What people did this to us?
Fucking white people. Yo,
Alright.
like, no shit.
All right, white people. Now,
No
again,
shit.
again, they're not white people because when the sun hits them, they turn red.
Right.
Right. That's where you get the word Edom, right? Which is synonymous with red, or he wasted away. So the Edomites, they actually did this to us,
Right.
but they covered themselves up and called themselves Americans, British, right? Russian,
Right.
Ukrainian,
Right.
but whole time they're really they're Esau. So the question is, if you lead a people into captivity, which is slavery, what do you think should happen? If somebody, let's say somebody went inside your house, they raped you, they killed your kids, and killed all of your animals, what do you think should happen to that person? Some type of justice, right?
Indeed, yeah. No, I definitely believe in like generational trauma and like all of this, what you're talking about right now, like centuries of white people fucking raping and pillaging our people. I totally get where you're coming from. I just don't think that all white people are bad people.
Well,
I mean, we're close. I mean,
well, let's.
no, okay, don't quote me on that. Do not quote me on that. I gotta go.
Well, hold on.
Where you
we're not
going?
finished. We're not finished.
Guys,
Almost.
it's been a really nice
Almost
chat,
finished.
actually.
We got 2 minutes. We can't. I'm sorry, I can't shake your hand. I'm sorry, I can't.
Almost finished.
But we got 2 more
Is
verses.
that religious?
You said what?
Is that based off of?
No, it's just my ancestors shook your ancestors' hands too many times. We can't do it again.
Right.
So it said, he that leadeth in kids in captivity shall what?
Shall go into captivity.
Oh,
Shall
wow.
what?
Shall go into captivity.
So I didn't write the Bible, right? I didn't wake up one day.
I've been talking to you guys for like 20 minutes and you can't check my in.
Well, hold on. I didn't write the Bible. I didn't write this.
Well, this has been very educational and like.
So
I'm not
So what's your name?
shitting on you guys. My name is Ryan.
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 Okay. Well, Ryan, the Lord said, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Read on.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right?
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So what it's saying is, you reap what you sow.
Right.
If you destroy your people, if you take their nationality, if you feed their babies to alligators,
Right.
like in this
Yeah.
picture, if you put a yoke of iron upon a man's neck, if you have women on their menstrual cycles all on a boat, all of those things that you put out, they have to eventually come back around.
Right.
So
No shit.
the
Absolutely.
destiny for the Edomite race,
Yeah.
they have to get ready for slavery, because you know about Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Christ, which is
I was waiting for you to bring it up.
Jesus Christ.
For fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ, which is a so-called black man according to the Bible.
Uh-huh.
He's coming back to put all other nations into captivity and to save his people.
Right.
So Ryan,
Yeah, I was kind of confused by this one.
well, this is a false image.
Because
Right.
no, exactly. Because,
Everybody
like,
knows-
that's what you're advertising.
Yeah,
but,
everybody-
like, what you're
everybody-
talking about
Everybody
has
knows.
nothing to do with this guy, because
Right.
that's not even real.
Right, that's not real. Now, this
We
is,
all know that.
We all know that. Now, Christ, according to the Bible, Revelation 1:14 on down, he's a so-called black man.
Alright.
And the Edomites was the ones that helped crucify him.
Right.
Cross. Also known as AKA the Roman Empire, the Romans.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
So Ryan, I know you say you gotta go,
I do.
right?
I do.
Now, we got one last question, Ryan.
No? Alright, one more. Let's go.
One more. Now, give me
I'm
Isaiah
not
49.
joining you because I'm in Ignite and I won't shake my hand, but I'm very interested in
Well,
everything.
we might
that you
shake it.
preach.
If we ask this
This
question,
is new to me.
we might shake your hand after today if you could answer this
Am I
question.
going for salvation? No, I can't.
Now, Ryan.
I'm a fucking sinner.
Well-
Sin all the time.
Well, hold on, Ryan. Hold on, Ryan. We got one more question. It's in your
I have a
nature.
joint in my hand. I need to smoke it.
Well, Ryan,
My
it's-
mom, my
it's in your-
sister died
it's in your
yesterday.
spirit to sin. It's in your spirit, Edomite. It's in your spirit to do wickedness.
Right.
Be honest. Does wickedness feel good? Be honest, Ryan. Does wickedness feel good?
Every once in a while.
See that?
I had a death in the family. Have a good one.
See that? We can even get to the damn. That's an Edomite. I asked for a picture, but I didn't have to see a picture to know that shit was Esau. Eventually, it came out.
Right.
Sirach 12:10. You can't make this up. She said wickedness feels good every once in a while.
Right.
You can't make this up.
Book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 12 and verse number 10. No. Never
How
trust.
you doing? How you doing, sister?
Never trust thine enemy.
It says what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Read that again.
Never trust thine enemy.
No, it's one good so-called white person.
Never trust thine enemy.
The Lord said, never trust thy enemy.
Right.
Never. It don't matter if they cool. It don't matter if they Irish. It don't matter if they're poisonous. It doesn't matter. Never trust thy enemy. Because we could have trusted Ryan. We could have gave her a handshake. We could have treated her well. But guess what? Those Edomite tendencies, they came out. Esau can't hide itself for long. Esau's gonna show. It says, never trust thy enemy. Read that again.
Never trust thine enemy.
Read on.
For like as iron rusted.
For what?
For like as iron rusted.
Read that again.
For like as iron rusted.
Because iron, it takes time to rust.
Right.
Thing is, with Ryan, she didn't take that long to rust. Right? It took about 15 minutes.
Right.
And it came out. Right? So it's iron rusted, because iron might not rust right away. Might take years, decades. As iron rusted, Freedom.
So is his wickedness.
It says what?
So is his wickedness.
See that? That wickedness is gonna come out. Next you know, she pulled out a damn joint. Right? A white joint. And she said, hey, wickedness feels good sometimes. Now she went to go fulfill the... She said, hey, I'm a sinner. She said, I can't help it. That's what she said. Little do she know, it's in her spirit as an Edomite to sin. It's nothing she could do about it.
Right.
Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2 and 4. Can the clay say to the potter, why hast thou made me thus? Let's go to that in Romans chapter 9, 21.
It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 4. You know, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
Is what?
Is not upright in him.
So this soul, it's not upright. Deep down, it might be all right on the outside, but when it get down to the soul and the spirit, guess what? It's not upright, man. Right? Again, they're created to be the wicked, man. They created to push evil on the earth. God knows how many men she slept with in her life.
Right.
Right? She's created to freak off. It's in her. She's going to freak off. Right? It's in her nature. It's in her spirit to freak off, man. Right? It's in her. God knows what her house smells like. She might have about 4 or 5 dogs in there.
Right.
Hair all everywhere. Right? Her house smelling like dogs. She probably eat raw meat. Maybe try it. Maybe try it for the once. It's in her spirit to go hunting. Maybe she want to go. We should have asked her, do she like hunting? She probably likes she like the nature. She like outdoors.
Right.
She like to hunt wild animals. She's into that. You walk into her house, you got a damn deer on the wall on this side. It's a lion on the wall on this side. And it's a damn shark on this side, man. And she got alligator cloth all on the floor.
Right.
And that's her lust. She just likes hunting animals. Well, it's again, that spirit is not upright, man.
Right.
Esau, he's gonna come out to show himself Esau. Right, let's bring that up. Actually, Romans 9 and start at verse 19.
Romans chapter 9 and verse verse 19.
Yeah.
Thou wilt say then unto me, why does ye yet find fault? For who has resisted his will?
Right?
Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against God?
Because Esau can't reply against the Most High God.
Right.
Read on.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
It says what?
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Because Esau can say, Lord, why did you make me like this?
Right.
Why did you create me to be so evil in the inside? Right? Look at that Michael Myers movie, that Halloween. People trying to figure out why is he so evil in the inside.
Right.
That's the Most High created him to be like that.
Right.
The Most High created, even though Michael Myers is not real, but when you watch that movie, guess what? Somebody created him to have that pure evil in the inside.
Right.
Guess what? Michael Myers can't say, well, Lord, why am I so evil? So the so-called white man, he can't say, no child, why am I so wicked? Right? Why am I so evil? Why do I want to fulfill the lust of the flesh? Read on.
Had not the potter power over the clay?
It says what?
Had not the potter power over the clay?
Because the potter always has power over his creation, over the clay. The clay is the man. Man is the clay. Right? The potter is the Most High God. Read on.
Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor, and to another, and another unto dishonor.
So the Most High created Jacob to honor. The Most High created Esau to dishonor. Read on.
What of God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
It says what?
The vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
What is Esau?
The vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
If she would have stayed up here, she would have received more of her judgment. She would have learned that as the Edomite, she's a vessel of wrath. She's fitted for destruction.
Right.
She was created to be the wicked on the earth, and then created to be destroyed. And the Lord could do whatever He wants.
Right.
If that's what He want to do, then guess what? He could do that. All right. Let's go to Isaiah 66, 64 and 4. Read on.
And that he might make and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy,
Right?
which he had afore prepared unto glory.
See, that's it on that. So again, the Most High, He can do what He wants, man. Just like if you're a painter, you might paint something and you feel like, you know what, I don't really mess with this. Let me throw this out. I'm gonna trash this. Then you just went crazy on this painter though, and you want to keep it. What if somebody come into your house, a random person say, why you throw this away in the trash, bro? And they trying to go up against you. They can't do that, man. Why? Because they're not the painter. You're the painter. Hey, what's your nationality, sister? Are you work for the city?
Yeah.
Are you Mexican? You Hispanic? Boricua? Read on.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 64 and verse 4. No. For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eyes seen, O God, besides thee, what He hath prepared for him that waited for Him.
Right?
Thou meanest Him that rejoiceth and worketh righteousness, those that remember thee in thy ways. Behold, thou art wroth, for we have sinned, and those is for we have sinned, and those is continuous, and we shall be saved.
Read on.
But we are all as an unclean thing,
Right?
and all our righteousness are as filthy rags,
Read on.
and we all do fade as a leaf.
Jump down to verse 8.
Verse 8. But now, O Lord, thou art our Father. We are the clay, and thou art our potter.
See that? So the Most High, He's the potter, and we are the clay. You can't get around it.
Right.
Esau, he's a part of the clay as well. But he's a part of the one clay that had a lump in it.
Right.
Right? we the Israelites, we the clay that came out perfect. Read on.
For thou art the potter, and we are the clay, and thou art our potter, and we are the work of thy hands.
So everybody's the work of the Most High hands.
Right.
So, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. Ryan, she has to get prepared for captivity.
Right.
It is what it is, man. It's not about skin color, right? We don't care if you have dark skin. We don't care if you have light skin.
Right.
We don't care if you look like an Edomite. We don't care. It's about who you descend from on the earth.
Right.
Right? Give me Isaiah chapter 14 and 21. That's what it's about, man. You got a lot of people, they say, well, you guys are racist. You guys are prejudiced. You guys say, well, because of his skin color, he's not going to receive salvation. No, we're not saying that at all. It's who you descend from that you don't receive salvation. Where in the Bible does it say the Egyptians are going to be saved? God is coming back. Didn't the Lord destroy the firstborn of the Egyptians?
Right.
Then he killed them. How are they going to receive salvation? And he killed off those Egyptians.
Right.
So people, they caught up in their emotions. Let's bring this up.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21.
Get out.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
It says what?
Prepare slaughter for his children.
So the Lord said we have to prepare a slaughter. Hey, what's going on, brother? You back? You got 2 minutes for us? Alright, you'll take our flyer?
Hey, let me give you a flyer.
Right. So prepare slaughter, you doing?
For his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
For the what?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Read that again.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Now the Lord, why is in the Bible it's saying prepare slaughter for their children, for the iniquity of their fathers? Why is it saying that? Give me Job 27 and 13. Read on.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right, because even men back then, they knew if you killed off all of the men, chiefly, that nation would chiefly go extinct. Because you need men to help repopulate that through the spirit. They carry that lineage.
Right.
So you would have to prepare a slaughter for certain races, not because of what they did, but for the iniquities of their fathers. So it's about what generations did in time past. And that's what people don't understand. Regeneration is in the Bible. So when we say, well, you did this according to what your ancestors have done, really, they are their ancestors. Those slave masters during the 1800s, right, the 1700s, they're back on the earth.
Right.
They're your modern day police officers. They're your modern day boss at your local corporation. They these people that's living up here right now in these high rises. Those are your slaves. Those are the people from the 1800s. They came back on the earth. Right? Let's go to Lamentations 5 and 7. They're your government. Right? Your U.S. president. Those was the men learned in the 1800s. They just got reincarnated back onto the earth.
All right.
Lamentations chapter 5, verse 7.
No.
And it reads, our fathers have sinned and are not.
It says what?
Our fathers have sinned and are not.
Because, hey, our ancestors, we went off, man. I mean, our ancestors went off, right? Was I physically there as Tazamah? Was I physically there when our ancestors was in that idolatry, right? No, I don't know. I wasn't. My mind can't even comprehend it back then. I don't remember, right? So our fathers, they've sinned and are not, meaning they're not here on the earth anymore. You know what?
And we have borne their iniquities.
And what?
And we have borne their iniquities.
But guess what? We have to pay for what our ancestors have done. Right. And ultimately, we are our ancestors through the Spirit. That's what people fail to realize about the God of the Bible. Give me Job chapter 34 and 28. The Lord could judge you individually, or he could judge you as a nation. majority of the times, the Most High, he judges people as a whole, as a nation. That's why Ezekiel went into slavery. Now you might say, well, hold on, why did Ezekiel go into slavery? Why did Daniel, if Daniel was a righteous prophet, why did he go into captivity? Right, Jeremiah? Well, those men, they had to suffer as a whole. Because they might individually, they might have not went off, but guess what? They nation went off. And it is what it is. They had to pay for what their ancestors have done. Right? Nobody got sympathy for Ezekiel, but people want us to have sympathy for the so-called white man, though.
Right.
Because they wasn't there. Well, I wasn't there. That was my ancestors. It was horrible. Well, hold on. Ezekiel wasn't going off in sin. Why did he have to go into captivity? Well, you're going to come to find out the Lord judges people as a nation. Read this.
Job 34 and 21.
No.
For his eyes are upon the way.
Job 34 and 28.
Job 34 and 28. So that they cause the cry of the poor to come unto him, and he heareth the cry of the afflicted.
Right.
When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble?
Read on.
And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only.
Read that again.
Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only.
So the Lord could judge you as a nation, which he does majority of the time, or he could get up with you individually. Right? Whatever the Most High want to do, that's up to him. Right? That's why King Ahab, hey, guess what? The Most High, he got up with that man immediately. King Manasseh, he got up with that man immediately. Right? Queen Natalia, right? He got up with that woman immediately. But guess what? He judged the nation at the same time. So the Most High, he can judge the whole nation, or he could get up with you. Right? It's all up to him. And that's on anything. The Most High, he could judge your whole congregation just off something that you're doing. Right? So that teaches you what? We have to stick together. Right? It's not just, well, this person and it's just him. No, the Lord don't get down with that. Right? One brother go off in your congregation, and guess what? That could affect the whole body, man. And now everybody else has to pay for what that one man did. And read Joshua chapter 7 with Achan. Right? He hid a Babylonian garment. The nation didn't do anything wrong. Everybody kept their hands to themselves. It was that man solely. He took that Babylonian garment, and the whole nation was being destroyed because of that man. One man. Right? Let's go to 2nd Esdras 7:48.
It's the book of Job, chapter 27, and verse 19.
Bring it out.
The rich,
14.
verse number 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty.
Right?
If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword.
It is what?
It is for the sword.
See that? So if his Esau, they multiplying, guess what? Those children, those Edomite babies is for the sword. Read Psalm chapter 137 and verse 7. See, that's what people don't do. They don't read the Bible. Right? Read about how though King David said, remember the nation of Edom, how they're going to dash their little ones against the stone. That's in the Bible. Right? So if their children be multiplied, it's for the sword. Now bring this out.
Look at 2nd Esdras chapter 7:48.
No.
O thou Adam, what hast thou done?
Now, people get mad at Adam. They say, Adam, you ate the apple. What did you do? Right? And hey, that's how Esdras was feeling. Right? Esdras said, hey, O thou Adam. Read on.
For though it was thou that sinned.
Read that from again from the top.
O thou Adam, what hast thou done?
He said, what?
What hast thou done?
He said, Adam, what the hell? What did you do? Right? Hey, certain brothers, they get they fresh into the truth. They read over Genesis. They say, oh my, Adam. Certain brothers, they hit their damn wall. Damn, break their hand. They say, man, Adam, what did you do? Right? Man, you let Eve, oh. Right? They got to take a breather. right? Certain men, they might do something to their wives after reading that account. Right? Hey sisters, y'all got 1 minute for the Bible? Right? Certain men, they might do something to their rib and say, you know what? Guess what your foremother Eve did? Right? Now you handing your wife the boxing gloves. So Esdras, he said, hey, O thou Adam, what hast thou done? He was heated. Read on.
For though it was thou that sinned.
Right?
Thou art not fallen alone.
It says what?
Thou art not fallen alone.
So little did Adam know when he sinned, it wasn't just him that sinned and that was it. He wasn't the only one that failed with that sin. Read on.
But we all come of thee.
It says what?
But we all that come of thee.
So not only has Adam failed, but everybody that come after Adam, all because of one decision that one man made. Now you can say, well, Lord, that was just Adam. Why is that? Why do we have to do what Adam did? Well, hey, that's how the Most High God gets down, man. Right? And you just gotta deal with it. It is what it is. Alright. But with that, we're giving all honor and glory to the Most High God. Yahweh. Ba Shema Mashiach Kumrak Yahushua. Kwame Yashua.